Hi guys, two travelers in Mexico here, Mark and Paulette. Today we wanted to share with you some information because that's what we do in a lot of videos, or traveling information, just sharing stuff for those that want to learn more about Mexico, that want to retire in Mexico, vacation in Mexico, whatever. So we tried to bring you that information that we find out. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about that Mark and I recently joined a house sitting site. And for those of you that know, we really didn't need a house sitter before, but now adopting the two dogs that we did, they need to be, fed and watered regularly. And so do my, how many? 211 plants.
That's 211 pots.
Pots.
Most of those pots contain multiple plants. She's probably north of 300 plants.
It doesn't matter because I have ones that grow, over the pot, and then the ones that grow straight up. I counted pots, 211 pots.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
anyhow, we're gonna talk about the information on house sitting.
So we were kind of surprised when we signed up with the house sitting House Sit Mexico. Probably 3/4 of the people who were interested in house sitting were single females or just females traveling alone, which really surprised me. I thought it would be more couples, possibly even just some guys, but really only one guy has responded. There have been a few couples, and like I say, about 75% of it has just been single women house sitting, which again really surprised me because I know that there's a lot of women out there that are concerned about safety in Mexico, mm-hmm. traveling by themselves, mm-hmm. but most of the women that I know, if not all, have been felt pretty safe and secure about traveling by themselves and staying in different places.
And we have experience too. We know a lot of single women that have come to Mexico by themselves.
Right.
Personally, we know them. And also that brings me to another thing to talk about single women in Mexico. I do know a couple of women who came here married with their husbands, bought a house or didn't buy a house, and their husbands passed away mm-hmm. in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And the women chose to stay. Now, whether they have a good networking system is probably a big chunk of it, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But, they have children, grown adult children back in the U.S., but they chose to stay here in Mexico, even under those horrific situations of losing their spouse.
The funny thing is, it's usually the husband that passes away for some reason. Not sure what that's all about exactly, but the women have all stayed.
The women have all stayed, yeah. And I'm sure it's, vice versa, but I just don't know any that were men that have lost, their wives.
Right.
The ones that I know have lost their husbands, and they chose to stay in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Now, Paulette, of course, is a woman, but not a single woman, and contrary to what Paulette might tell you, I am also not a single woman. So we're speaking from...
I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to say, from my perspective or whatever, that, if something happened to you, that I would remain in Mexico. Mm. We had that conversation before. I mean, it's almost been 3 years that we've been here.
Right.
And we've had that conversation. What would he do if I passed mm-hmm. before him? What would I do if, he passed before me? And chances are, with the good networking system like we're developing here, I think each of us would stay. Plus, we own a home.
Yeah. Now, Paulette has said when I pass away first, not if, but when, after waiting an appropriate amount of mourning time, 10 minutes in her judgment.
At least 10 days.
She would then hire a pool boy, which seems odd because we don't own a pool. Something happens to me, suspect foul play.
Okay, I'll tell you what. How about if I hire a gardener?
There you go.
Because we have plants.
Well, that's more plausible in your case.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, if she were to pass away first, after waiting an appropriate mourning period, I would, of course, hire a maid.
Yeah, like 30 years younger.
Possibly, if I went a little on the older side, yeah.
On the older side? What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Maybe 20-something.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You know, we do own a home.
Mm-hmm. And that has something to do with it, too. We have, you know, a home sort of gives you a permanent route here.
I think so.
Yeah, and we'll be in San Luis. You know, we plan to be on San Luis.
On
Potosi.
San Luis?
We plan to be in San Luis Potosi for the rest of our lives.
Right.
So, what services are available at Housesitting Mexico, the one that we signed up with?
Well, and again, we're like less than 2 weeks of signing up. And you put a profile out there. I'm sharing information. You put a profile out there. You show some pictures of your dog, if you have dogs, pictures of your home, you know, stuff like that. And then you give a little blurb about what you're looking for a house sitter. And it's like $79 to join it. And that's for you house sitting in Mexico, or them house sitting for you in Mexico. Whether they come from the United States, Canada, wherever, that doesn't matter. But the site is called Housesit Mexico. And we're not getting any plugs. We're not getting anything out of this. It's just, again, whenever we find more information, we try to share it with you guys, because I don't know if some of you know this or not. But it was brought up to me by a couple of people to try this site. So one other thing that I wanted to say to you guys too is, after we signed up, we found out about this later, that if you sign up, you get 20% discount for that first year using our coupon code. And we, which shocked me, would get 2 months additional service for free. So that's pretty amazing right there.
Right.
Yeah, but that, when we didn't know any of this when we signed up. We learned this after the fact.
Right.
Because that's how we roll. We don't do all of our research really good. We do some of it and then fumble and find out other information later.
Sometimes we find out the hard way. However, this was the easy way. And that $79 or $99 a year, that is per year.
Per year.
It's not like a lifetime thing. Per year.
Per year, right. You know, we're not trying to do any sales pitch or anything like that. But hey, I'm always a money person. If I can save 20% and this is something I'm interested in doing, I would do it. That's me. So there's the one for $79 where you can go on there, you create your own profile, you can look at other people's profiles on the dates. You list the dates on when you want to go ahead and, you know, have somebody come to your home. And, you know, you guys can chat, you guys can exchange messages back and forth, you know, do video chats, whatever you need to do to feel good about the situation.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that they offer, which is that also where you can house sit for somebody or they can house it for you. The other one is $99 a year. And what that one is the same thing, plus it's house swapping. So you go there, they come here, you know. It's like that, and there's a lot of them out there like that too. Now, again, we just signed up. We haven't tried any of it yet. We are getting pretty good responses, I would say. We get at least one a day, if not a couple.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I think we've gotten about a dozen responses so far, at least.
So we didn't do this when we first came to Mexico, but it might be a good idea for those that haven't been to Mexico but want to come and check out the different areas to go ahead and sign up for house sitting gigs here and there. That way you can spend, a few weeks or a month or 2 months in different places and really kind of try out areas and not really have to have the expense of, renting a hotel or Airbnb or something like that. Now, granted, usually people are putting their houses out there for house sitters because they have some need, like pet sitting or plant watering or both. But you really might find it worthwhile to do that because you can still check out a lot of Mexico just by doing that and bouncing around from different areas and different house sits.
Exactly. And there's people that we found on this site that might live in the UK that come out here for 6 months a year. And that's all they do is they just line it up and they go from Puerto Vallarta to Huatuco to Mazatlan to, depending on what they want to do. If they like the beaches and they just stay with those areas, if they want the mountains and everything, then they just line up and they just bam, 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 one after another, try to keep it going. And when they don't, or something falls through, they get back on the site and, see what's available during that time frame that they don't have filled yet to take them to the next place. And I think, like Mark was saying, I think it's a great idea for those even that have been to Mexico that don't know areas. I've been to blah, 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 but I haven't been here yet. So here's an opportunity, right? It says that I could help sit for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I think I might like to do that. I have some vacation time coming up.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's a win-win, in our opinion, to do something like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing is if you do find something on there, let's say you want to go to Mazatlan. There's a Mazatlan house sitting gig that's there for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, so you go ahead and you guys reply to each other. Next, you might do the video chat. Find out a little bit about the person. Even though you're not, face to face with the person, you're, laptop to laptop maybe with the person. And you can find out some things. There might be something where it's a red flag for you. Or, for us, I think the issue, and we put it on our page on the house sitting, is that our speed isn't the best speed for internet here. So if somebody were to work online, this might not work out for them. Somebody that's retired, that might want to stream some movies or, get on Facebook, do that sort of stuff like we do, it works fine. The internet works fine. I mean, we do YouTube videos and, Mark downloads them. I mean, all that stuff does go through. Takes a little bit longer, maybe than somebody that had really fast, a fiber optic like we used to have would go. But, it is what it is. And, again, it's a good opportunity on something to try. At least that's what we thought about it.
Yeah. And if it, if it doesn't work out or you don't like the area, you just move on to the next area.
Yeah, but at least you got that experience.
Yeah.
It didn't cost you anything, but, maybe walking some dogs 2 or 3 times a day, and staying in a nice place for that time, saving that cost.
Yeah.
Which, a lot of people, that's what they do. They're like nomads, right?
Yeah.
They just go, live out of their suitcases, and keep traveling around in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a great thing if that's your thing. It's not our thing, but I mean, it is a great thing to know that you can go from place to place at no cost doing this. And the ones that you like and you've hit it off with the people, there's a reoccurring house sitting with those people. And they refer them and so on, and they get that clientele base going.
Yeah. In fact, we met some people today on a call, and that's what they do. They have repeat customers in a lot of cases, and so they spend a certain amount of months in like a place like Ahihi in different areas and stuff, and people are snowbirds. They're gone a lot during the summer months here, back to whatever country that they came from.
Exactly. And then somebody else I was talking to, they've got the same house sitting job twice a year, that they know that's their schedule. So everything in between, they'll take on those new jobs, but between, like these couple of months and these couple of months, they're committed to house sitting for these certain people twice a year.
Right. So if you haven't thought about house sitting and you want to check out different places of Mexico, we highly recommend doing it, whether it's through the site we mentioned, House at Mexico, or one of the other sites. Check it out. I mean, you could discover a lot about Mexico just by having these temporary places to live for, a few weeks or month or 2 months at a time.
Yeah, but I think you got to be the kind of person that just brings like 2 suitcases with you.
Yeah.
Or I suppose you could be somebody that's renting and you don't mind. You've got your home base, right? And you're paying whatever in rent, but you have the means to go travel, take the bus or fly or do whatever to get to these house sitting jobs.
Yeah.
Or like, or the other way, you just have your 2 suitcases and you're a nomad here in Mexico, and there you go. Like I said, we're not affiliated with this home sitting site at all. But the thing is that if anybody is interested in it, we have a coupon code that you can use to get your 20% off the $79 or the $99 if you also want to do, the house sitting and house swapping. And then Mark will go ahead and
I'll put that code in the description box below.
Yeah. And if you guys like what we're doing, please subscribe to our channel. It's a small channel. But we try to bring you information from Mexico as we learn it.
Yep.
As we travel, all that stuff. Again, for those of you considering retiring to Mexico, moving to Mexico, just want to learn more about Mexico, vacationing in Mexico.
And check out our Facebook group, also called The Two Travelers in Mexico, where we post more day-to-day stuff.
Right.
And other people post on it too and ask questions, answer questions.
Yeah, and we have some other YouTubers that we let
post their videos on there
post their
too.
videos. People share information about Mexico, things that are going on in the news in Mexico and stuff like that. So there you have it from Two Travelers in Mexico. And as always, if you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our Facebook page, also The Two Travelers in Mexico. Right?
Yep.
All right. And as always,
what she did twice.
bye.
Bye.